Hello everyone, hope you all are fine and doing well. It's me Saharatnan back to you guys with another very interesting and thought-provoking video based on present perfect tense. In this video, we'll look at how present perfect tense is formed, why it is important, and when this tense is used. The present perfect tense is the most ambiguous tense when it comes to the use of tenses in English language. And why is this so? This is due to the irregular forms of verbs that are used and due to the confusion that arises that whether to use present perfect tense or simple past tense. So there are two conditions or there are two causes that lead to the ambiguity related to this present perfect tense. Number one, the irregular forms of verbs, and number two, the confusion that arises whether to use simple past or to use present perfect tense. In this video, we are going to focus on a few very basic and important things which are going to make you feel comfortable while using present perfect tense. Present perfect tense indicates that an action was completed, finished, or perfected, hence the name present perfect tense. An action was completed, finished, or perfected at some point in the past. For example, I have run the Boston Marathon, but that was some time ago. Or an action that began at some point in the past continues to the present, or its consequences are still in the present. For example, I have walked 2 miles already. It means that the act of walking or the action of walking has not finished yet. I may still walk further. Let's talk about the formation of present perfect tense. We have the subject. First of all, let's talk about two very basic things, that is the use of auxiliary verbs or the helping verbs. We have has and have, depending upon the type of subjects that we use. We have I, we, you, they, he, she, it, and name. For example, Barbara, Kelvin, Alice, and so on. These are the names that represent singular persons, right? So we use have with I have. I is an exception, as I already told you earlier that I is an exception, which is a singular subject, but we use the helping verbs that are used with the plural. Okay, so I, you, we, they, the plural subjects. We use have, they have, you have, we have. And with the singular person subjects like he, she, it, or name, we use has. He has, she has, it has, Barbara has, Alice has, fine? Plus the past participle of the verb. What is the past participle? That is adding ed with the main root form of the verb. Okay, this is the case with regular verbs. In case of irregular verbs, the case is slightly different. We have the past participle of the verb ed. For example, form, which is the root verb plus ed, formed. Okay? Finish plus ed goes to form finished. Loft, which is the main verb, plus ed, loft. Climb plus ed, climbed. Jump plus ed, jumped. Okay? But there are many irregular verbs which are actually the cause of confusion when it comes to the present perfect tense, and we only have to memorize them because there are many irregular verbs who may or may not show you the change of spellings. Let's talk about the difference between regular and irregular verbs. Okay then, what are the regular verbs and what are the irregular verbs? Regular verbs are those verbs that form their past tense by adding past participle to the end of the verb. What is the past participle? Ed. The past participle is attached to the main verb or the root, and then the past form is formed. Regular verbs, they follow this specific pattern by adding past participle attached to their main verbs, right? For example, drop, dropped, decide, decided, jump, jumped, climb, climbed, loft, loft, right? Irregular verbs, as their name suggests, they do not follow any regular pattern when it comes to forming their past tense, and they form their past tense in some other way. Irregular verbs may or may not change their spellings. For example, put, put, put. They may change their spellings like run, ran, run. You only have to memorize the irregular verbs. There is no other way. And hence the ambiguity that is related to the use of perfect tense. Right? Come, came, come. Let's look at the example. Affirmative. We have finished, that is finish plus ed past participle, finished. Have plus third form. Why have? Because the subject is we. Plural subject. With plural subject, we is a symbol of collectivity. Fine. With we use have, and with have we use third form of verb, that is root plus ed. We have finished the project. In case of negative, we have not finished the project. And in case of interrogative, I told you helping verb will be shifted in the beginning of the sentence. Have we finished the project? She has gone for a walk. She has not gone for a walk. Has she gone for a walk? Let's look at the difference between present perfect tense and simple past tense. When simple past tense is used, when present perfect tense is used, and this thing is very important because, and it's easier also, because only when you're going to focus on this, you will definitely get a grip or mastery over the present perfect tense. Trust me, it's not difficult. You just have to keep a few basic things in your mind, right? So simple past shows that an action started in the past and finished in the past. An action began at some point in the past and it was completed in the past. Whereas present perfect tense shows that an action began in the past and has a connection with or its consequences in the present. Where on one hand, the focus of simple past is on the action that happened and has been completed. Fine. The focus of present perfect tense is on the present. Let's look at two basic examples. Simple past. He was married for 10 years. This shows that he was married for 10 years and that marriage has ended. He's not married anymore. If you look at present perfect tense, he has been married for 10 years. That means he's still married. The marriage has not ended. Fine? He is still married at the present. Okay, let's look at the situations where present perfect tense is used. For events that we expect to happen, but they haven't happened yet. When present perfect tense is used? For events or happenings we expect to happen, but they haven't happened yet. For example, we have not gone for the interview. It means that at some point we expected to go for the interview, but the act of going has not been finished. The word yet is often used in sentences like these. If we had to use simple past in its place, it would become, we did not go for the interview. We did not go for the interview. It means that the opportunity to go for the interview is lost. The opportunity is missed. It is not there anymore. Present perfect tense is used for accomplishments and events that have occurred during unfinished time periods. Focus on these words, unfinished time periods, for accomplishments and events that have occurred during unfinished time periods. For example, Alex has visited 5 schools this month. It means the act of visiting the schools is like an accomplishment for Alex, and he may visit more. It is an unfinished time period. The month is not over and Alex can visit few more schools further. It depends upon Alex. So, present perfect tense is used for accomplishments and events that have occurred during unfinished time periods. I've already been there twice this year. I've already been there twice this week. It means I can visit or I can go there further. Present perfect tense is used to refer to the durations of time from the past to the present. Let's look at the example. She has lived in California for a year. It means she is still living there. If we had to use simple past in its place, it would indicate that the action of living in California has been finished and she no longer lives there. Let's look at the example of simple past. She lived in California for a year. It's not for a year. For a year. For a year. These are the features of connected speech which make you sound like a native speaker. She has been. She has been, not she has been. No, she has been. It's a contraction. But I would suggest you not to use this contraction or short form when it comes to proper academic tests like IELTS or TOEFL. You have to use the features of connected speech when it comes to speaking with your friends. It's less formal, but it makes you sound like a native speaker. She has been to California for a year. So, she has lived in California for a year. If we had to use simple past in its place, it would indicate that the action of living in California had started somewhere in the past and ended. She lived in California for a year. It implies that she no longer lives there. Okay, present perfect tense is used to show change over time. For example, your fluency in English has really improved this year. Has improved. Has plus third form of verb. Your fluency in English has really improved this year. It shows a change over time. Okay, unfinished time periods like this year, today, this week, so far, yet, already, these are often used with present perfect tense. Let's look at the other use. Present perfect tense is used to focus on the current consequence of an action in the past. The action was done in the past and its consequences are still in the present. For example, because I ate my lunch earlier or because I did my lunch earlier, I have not eaten with you now. Why I have not eaten with you now? Because what was the reason? I ate my lunch earlier. I did my lunch earlier. And what is the consequence in the present? I have not eaten with you now because of the past action. And what was the past action? Because I did my lunch earlier. So I have not eaten with you now. Have not plus eaten. Eat, ate, eaten. Third form of verb. Second example, he is angry as his wife has lost the keys. Has plus third form, lost. Has lost the keys. Each of these sentences is the example of the consequence in the present of an action that happened in the past. Present perfect tense is also used to show that something happened at an unspecified past time. Unspecified past time. That means it is not specified. Mary has left the school. With unspecified past time, we used present perfect tense. And present perfect tense cannot be used with specified past time. If past time is specified, then simple past tense must be used. For example, Mary left the school last year. Present perfect tense is also used to show that something happened in the very recent past. For example, I have just finished my homework. Have just finished my homework, which shows that I have just finished it a few moments ago, a few minutes ago. Present perfect tense is also used to show that something happened in the past and it may happen again in the future. I have visited California many times. That means I may visit it again in the future. It is also used to show that something happened in the past but within a present time period. How? Something happened in the past, but within the present time period. I have seen many snakes during my lifetime. I have seen many snakes during my lifetime. Or, I have felt several earthquakes during my life. We can use present perfect tense for the words like already, just, yet. Just means a short time ago. Already means sooner than expected. Yet is used when we are expecting something to happen. Yet comes at the end of the sentence or a negative sentence. For example, has your course started yet? Whereas just and already, they come before the past participle. For example, we have just had an idea. My brother has already crashed his new car. We can use present perfect tense with since and for when something has stopped happening. For example, I haven't seen him for ages. My mom hasn't been to Dubai for ages. My grandmother hasn't visited us since July. This shows that something has stopped happening. Something is not going to occur anymore. The chances of its happening again are minimal. We also use never and ever. Never and ever with present perfect tense. Ever is used in questions like, have you ever been to Dubai? The word ever means in your whole life up till the present time. Have you ever been to California? Have you ever been to Australia? Never means not ever. You have never given me flowers before. So these were the uses of present perfect tense. Trust me, it's not difficult. It's easier once you're going to look at the way it functions or the way it is used. Okay, now time for the homework. On your screen, you can see a few sentences and you are going to recognize them that out of the 5 situations or 5 uses earlier that I have discussed with you, to which category each sentence belongs. She has grown taller this year. Louis has exercised 2 hours so far today. They have not gone to the park. He can't go to the dinner as he has already eaten up to his will. United have won the cup, so it's theirs now. They have been rivals for a long time. We have known each other for many years. Okay, now, your time starts now. She has grown taller this year. This is a very fine example of the case where present perfect tense is used. She has grown taller this year. This shows a change over time. Louis has exercised 2 hours so far today. This shows an accomplishment. Exercising for 2 hours is an accomplishment, and it has already occurred during an unfinished time period because today is not over yet and Louis can exercise for further. They have not gone to the park. This shows that something was expected, but it remained an uncompleted act. What was the expectation? Going to the park, but they have not gone yet. So it is something which was expected, it remained incomplete. He can't go to the dinner as he has already eaten too much. You remember I told you consequence of an act, the act that was done in the past and its consequence in the present. This example is related to that. United have won the cup, so it's theirs now. As they have won the cup, so the cup belongs to them now. Action versus the consequence. They have been rivals for a long time. This shows the duration of time from past to the present. We have known each other for so many years. It is again an example of the duration of time from the past to the present. Okay, I'm giving you another activity related to my lecture today. Choose whether to use simple past or present perfect tense. I'm giving you fill in the blanks. You have to fill it. Last Saturday. It shows an action that began in the past and ended in the past. So we use simple past, that is swam. Number 2. This year, which shows an unfinished time period. So has been, which is present perfect tense. Number 3. The use of yet. It tells us that this is an expected but uncompleted action. Hence present perfect tense is used. Have not heard. Number 4. Last week, which shows a finished time period, hence simple past. Recorded is going to come. Number 5. Shows the duration of time from the past Thursday to the present. It should be written in present perfect tense. Have not seen. Number 6. It shows the change over time, hence present perfect tense is going to be used. Has grown. Okay, activity number 3. This is your actual homework. Write some of the sentences of your own in present perfect tense related to each of the uses of present perfect tense we looked at today. Fine? I hope this lecture was of great significance for you guys. I hope this lecture was really important in providing necessary information to you people. This tense is ambiguous, but it's not difficult. It's technical, but it's not difficult. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe it with your friends and with your family and with those who are interested in learning English language. Waiting to hear from you. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, and stay blessed. Thank you.